everybody else is healthy, says Coach Matt Stahl says everybody's healthy, and that's just the way you want it. Oh, a deep kick. Well, the moment we've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this all week, and then all day it was just a countdown hour by hour. Well, 1st and 10 Dukes out at the 20-yard line, Chuck. Coach Stahl was concerned about Clearview's kicking game, and right away they kicked it into the end zone.
Matt McMahon is the quarterback. Tim Poland in motion our way. There's a handoff.
All right. All right, that helps right there. 6 yards on the first carry. Speaking with Coach Hoke before the game, he's been coaching for 20-some years now. Just go with what got you here, and that's the running game and the 4-4.
I don't think you'll see any crazy on both teams' parts. It's going to be the best effort on both fronts. Here's the pass out.
Come on, Timmy, turn it.
He puts his head down and got some positive yardage on what looked to be a negative play.
It looked like when he first caught it, if he'd just head up the sidelines a little bit, he'd probably had a first down. It's easy to say from up here, but he made a nice recovery, which could have been a loss there of about 1 or 2.
Pickup of about 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2 for Wellington. First possession down on the ball game.
Very interesting play calling right here, Chuck. The Dukes have not punted on their first drive in the last 5 games. Let's see if they can keep it going. Come on, Dukes. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Oh. No, he's got it.
But he just needed to get to the 30-yard line. And
first down. Oh. Good thing that Jimmy did a few extra squats this week. I'll tell, driving those legs, he got the first down. So the Dukes are 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Let's see if they can keep that streak going. Last 5 games, they've got received the kick and scored. Ooh. Oh, sheesh. I think that's Jeff Fowler's favorite player.
Lost about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Dukes. Ball resting at their own 28-yard line. Colling in motion. McMahon back to pass. Up to Colling. He's got it.
Okay, Brad, baby, go, baby.
And that pass out the flats worked all season.
Manuel Roman on the tackle. Here we are again, another big 3rd down play, Chuck.
3rd and 4 now for Wellington. 3rd and 4 for the Dukes. Ball resting at the Wellington 36-yard line. Poland in motion. Hand off to
Baraducci.
1st down over the 40-yard line out to about the 43.
The leading rusher in the county right now, Chuck. Jim Baraducci with 14 touchdowns, 8 extra points, 92 total. It looked like Baraducci was running right out to Ponderosa and Wellington there. Stop out for those USDA choice beef steaks. Ponderosa, 722 North Main.
10 for the Dukes. Tim Poland in motion. There's the handoff again.
Come on.
To Baraducci, puts his head down just out close to midfield. A nice pickup for Jimmy.
Nice little C out there in the center of the field. Looks like Chicago Bears. Soldier Field.
Well, we've been fortunate so far tonight. We started out with had a downpour on the way over, but the rains have subsided. And And right now, it's just perfect autumn night for football.
That's why you wore your Miami Hurricane hat, wasn't it?
Anticipating the big one, but it's 2nd and 3 for the Dukes. Ball just inside Wellington territory at the 49. Tim Poland again in motion. McMahon, handoff up the middle. There, Dukes, he gets to the outside. Breaks the tackle.
All right. Oh, flag. Pull it, baby.
It's a face mask infraction on the Clippers.
Face mask is called against the Clippers.
Well, as hard as Jimmy runs, Mac, you just really, any way you can get a hold of him to bring him down.
You'd rather take a 15-yarder face mask and let him go for a touchdown.
The ball is now inside the Clearview 30 at the 29, and the Dukes nothing fancy, just power football.
Carl giving up there on camera one, giving us that nice shot.
.7:44 to go in the first quarter play. The Dukes are on the move. 1st and 10 at the Clearview 29. Tim Poland in motion. McMahon on the counter to Brad.
Oh, come on, he's got some. Go, Brad! Move it, Brad! Come on, he's going! Go, baby!
Finally knocked down.
Inside the 5-yard line.
No flags.
Ambrose drives him out of bounds there. And Chris Kaczmarek.
Credit Tony Ambrose, number 40, with the tackle, along with number 42, Chris Kaczmarek. But Brad Colling
Nice piece of running
gets
there,
down to
buddy.
the 3-yard line.
Way to go, BC. His mom had a dream about the game last night. I won't tell you what it was.
Well, we're in the red zone.
I love that red zone.
1st and goal for the Dukes. We have an official's timeout.
That's the head official, Mr. Ron Carr. He's retiring after tonight's game, Chuck. 27 years as a head referee.
I know we have a lot of fun with the officials throughout the season, but they do a fine job out there trying to keep up with these young 16 and 17-year-old boys on a regular basis. Some better than others, but let's give credit where credit's due.
You know, I tell you what, we got a veteran crew here. We have Larry Monchan. He's the head judge out there. He's been out there for 34 years. We have Roger Klinick, the line judge. He's been out there for 15 years. The umpire, Regis Poole, 26 years. And the back judge, Bob Bopel, he's the youngest one out there. He's been out there for 8 years.
And is responsible for helping 2 students
Not related to Regis Philbin.
night program in the John training program. Tula Ramos has also been selected to Who's Who in America's high school. Congratulations, Tula.
1st and goal for the Dukes. Ball at the Clearview 3-yard line. 7:30 to go. Clock is moving.
Give it to Bear.
McMahon up the middle.
Timmy!
And it's a touchdown.
All right. And the streak stays alive, Chuck.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
Is that Timmy Poland, Matt?
It is Timmy Poland, Chuck.
Number 42, 5'9", 175-pound junior Tim Poland, who was the Plain Dealer Player of the Week last week for
You
his
got
effort in the
that right.
Brookside game. The Dukes are on the scoreboard 6-0 with 7:26 to go in the first quarter of action.
That 5'10", 180-pound running back. He had 10 tackles last week, an interception, fumble recovery, as the defense allowed only 33 yards last week.
That was an 11-play drive, 80
yards.
Dukes go for 2. There's the pitch. Fake
Fake
pitch and up the middle.
And can't get in.
On the trap up the middle is held out of the end zone, but the Dukes with a 6-0 advantage on their first possession of the ball game, leading the Clearview Clippers.
Remember that Clearview's Christmas favorites.
Get the nationwide blanket of protection from Dan Trinner at Trinner Nationwide Insurance, 102 South Main Street in Wellington, across from the square. I was up there today and was talking with Kathy there for a few minutes, and Dan came out and she practically ran the show by herself up there. You know, she's a real competent secretary, not just a secretary, she just does it all. She's 4 days older than myself too, one of my best friends, and old Russ Hartman. Russ is out there and hunting, and he's in a snowstorm out in Kansas. He can't get back. going to be here for the game, but he's not there. Well, the Dukes are going to kick off. Up 6-0. Jason Edwards with the kick. Nice high end over end. Taken on the 25-yard line. Jimmy James, oh my! Popped him, and there's a gang tackle. Joey Adkins, Cutright, Garrett Marist. Who else? Lenny Dean. Cutright, Browd, senior sack. Chris Fox. A slew of the Dukes in there on the tackle. So the Clearview Clippers have it 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. They got four receivers out here, Chuck. I told you they were going to go deep. Oh, he's all sacked. Chuck, I know you're not going to believe me this, but I told Coach Stahl at the beginning of the game, I said, this team's a running team. And I says, aren't you worried about them coming out and throwing on first down? And they did it. I even mentioned that to Coach Hoke, and he said, hey, there's no time to pull tricks and do your little doodad tricks, but here he did. He came out first and wanted to go for the deep one, but the Dukes put the pressure on Vita, and now it's 2nd down.
I apologize, I've had some problems there with the battery and the mic.
Mike who?
And there's the pitch. Jimmy James.
No room for JJ. I'll tell you what, the Dukes are they all have the nose for the ball right there in the first and second play of the
Defensive 11 out there for Wellington. The crowd is really into it tonight. Got a big crowd on hand tonight.
with that crowd helping us out there.
Standing room only.
It'd be the Dirty Dozen, I think.
Official timeout.
Well, I think they lost a contact or something.
Remember this Tuesday, November the 5th.
They're dealing fast at Harrison Ford Mercury on new and used cars. Stop in today and tell Rod Harrison you want to try the TV12 test drive. You'll be glad you did. Harrison Ford Mercury, Route 58 in Wellington.
3rd down and 8 for the Clippers. Possession down. Vieto, the quarterback on the option. Here's the pitch, and the Dukes have it strung out. It's number 33.
Yes! All right. Tony Sharp.
Casey Moore on the stop, number
Casey
87
Moore.
for the Dukes, and Clearview will be forced to punt.
That is something that you haven't seen Clearview do, and that's get stopped on their first possession, 3 plays and out.
It's number 11 back to kick, Benji Hammond. He's a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Here's the snap, no rush, low line drive kick off to the side. Brad Colling elects to stay away, and the ball bounds out inside the 35-yard line, where the Dukes take over. We do have a marker on the field.
I'll tell you, this is exactly what the Dukes want, is score on first possession. Let's re-kick it. What do you think?
The penalty is illegal use of the hands on Clearview.
Matt talking with the head referee right there, what to do. Looking over to Coach Stahl. Camera 1 zooming in on him. Tell him to kick it again, Matt. They're going to decline it. Let's get the run back, Chuck.
Dukes take the ball at the 34. That's good field position, and they showed in the first drive if they can control the ball, you know, why risk a possible turnover? Anything could happen on a punt.
Let's run it back all the way.
Well, they showed some success in the ground game in the first
I know,
drive.
Chuck.
Let's see what can happen with this second
As
possession.
long as we have the ball, let's just take it in again.
4:51 to go. Clock temporarily stopped on a change of possessions. McMahon hands the ball off to Baraducci. A short gain about the 35-yard line. That looks like number 60, Alshie Williams.
Oh, sheesh. As you can hear the
Give
Clearview,
Jimmy a pickup of about a yard. Go ahead, Mac.
Clearview faithful yelling to stick 'em defense. Dukes have not had a win against the Clippers in the last 4 years, and they're about to change it tonight.
They've lost some real heartbreaking contests, too. It's really, some of them have been beyond description. Brad Colling in motion to the right. Matt McMahon is the quarterback. Back to pass, throws the ball out to Colling.
Oh.
He shakes one tackle, gets away, and gets out over the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what.
Nice little move there by Brad.
I'll tell you what, Chuck, if Matt doesn't start throwing that ball just a little bit faster, he's going to hang that ball up, and that cornerback's going to come in and take in a quick 6. It looked like he didn't throw it as hard as he could. You got to whip that ball out there. No hang time on those things, or they're going to take it in.
The Dukes are facing a 3rd and 3 at their own 41-yard line.
They converted 3 of those last series, Chuck. Let's see if they can do it again.
Poland in motion. Handoff Baraducci,
fumble.
fumbles the ball. And Clearview has recovered. That's number 88, Troy Thompson.
Well, it looked like there was a bad exchange from Matt to Jimmy, and I don't know whose fault it was, but it resulted in a fumble.
Well, that was Troy Thompson on the recovery, a 6'1", 200-pound senior. And Clearview with the first turnover of the ball game takes the ball at Wellington territory at the 42-yard line. The quarterback is Mark Vieta, a 6', 175-pound junior for the Clippers. There's a handoff up the middle, number 33, breaking tackles down the sideline is Tony Sharp.
And the Clearview faithful is starting to come to life, Chuck.
It was a big pickup, about 7 yards on that carry by Sharp. Brings up a 2nd and 3 at the Wellington 35-yard line.
Gain of 7 by Sharp. 2nd and 3, Clippers.
Vieta hands the ball off up the middle. That's number 32, Roderick Juggy Franklin. 5'9", 170-pound junior.
I asked Coach Hoke about Juggy, and he couldn't tell me what the real reason was, but I heard it had quite a large head when he was a young kid and had to grow into it.
Well, Franklin's trying to electrify this crowd. And speaking of electric, one of our new sponsors tonight, LMRA, Lorraine Medina, Rural Electric, happy to have you aboard.
Say hi to Willie Wirehand.
3rd and 1 for Clearview. Ball at the Wellington 32-yard line.
Big play.
Vieta hands the ball up the middle, and a first down. Picked up by Tony Sharp. Tackled by number 79, Rob Porter, but Clearview picks up the first down. Matt, another new sponsor tonight, Bob King Realty.
Yeah, it looked like they were picking up a little bit of acreage on that last first down there, Chuck. Stop in and see Bob King at 208 North Main Street. King Realty. Stop and see all the smiling faces. Betty Baba Pule, Dave King, Mrs. Norton, Mrs. Rugg.
1st and 10 for the Clippers, just inside 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sharp in motion, and here's the pitch out. Jugly Franklin puts his head down and gets out to about the 25-yard line.
Over the 25-yard line goes Franklin before it's stopped by number 87, Casey Moore.
Casey Moore credited with the tackle for Wellington, number 87, and Lenny Dean, number 31.
Stop in at McMinn's BP service and get that Ames test while you wait. They'll get it done in under 5 minutes. They got coffee and donuts waiting for you there in the morning. Stop in at Bubba's place.
2nd 4 for the Clippers. Vieta is the quarterback, hands the ball off.
Oh,
And it's
fumble! We got the ball, Duke's ball.
Wellington saying they have it. No indication.
Duke's ball, head referee, the turnaround they needed. I'd love to see a replay on that one. Maybe we can. It looks like when he went to hand the ball off, Chuck, that he bobbled a little bit, and I couldn't tell exactly who it was that had the. Was
Maybe
it
we'll get a
cut
second
right?
look at on the replay, and we'll get a break here temporarily. The Dukes take over. Clock just inside of a minute to play. The ball at their own 31-yard line. McMahon back to pass. Has Cowling out here.
Brad's Cowling, BC. Another fumble. Out of bounds. Oh, my.
Ball rolling free up to the 45.
Nice.
And a fortunate roll for the Dukes.
Little Dave Casper play there, kicking the ball. Woohoo!
Cowling was hit and fumbled the ball at the 40-yard, at about the 40-yard line.
You were saying that he temporarily had the ball. Well, you'll never find temporary help at Wellington Builders. They're all veterans. Come up and see Ed, Mitch, Joe, Jack, Greg, Bobby the Fleelingo. 221 Kelly Street.
1st and 10 for the Dukes. Ball at their own 45-yard line.
Go deep.
McMahon, the quarterback, on
Take
the
it.
option, keeps
Take
the ball,
it.
puts his
Take
head
it.
down.
Chop
Driving
it.
for yardage into Clearview
Late hit.
territory at about the 49. Nice pickup of about 6 yards for Matt.
Looked like they were getting into a little wrestling match out there, right there at center field, right in the squared circle, as your Uncle Carl says. I'll get you in the squared circle, is what he tells me.
Here comes, here's the replay as we try to show you what happened. Number 36 fumbled the ball. The 35, Jimmy James, actually fumbled.
And then Wellington wrapped it up and recovered the ball, and first down as they pointed.
There you go.
We had a little bit of a trap play right there, pick up only 2 or 3 yards. 3rd and 5. Rodney Hammond, home of the Hammond organ.
Into the first quarter of play as Wellington facing a 3rd and 2. I'd like to remind you, this is WGCC TV 12. And now a word for Brothers Chevrolet.
Attention Ohio car buyers. Introducing the Ohio Plan, a special plan that allows you to drive more car than you ever thought possible for $249 a month. Chevy Lumina, $249 and no down payment. Look hard at those other lease offers. Only this authorized Chevrolet plan has $249 with 0 down for a loaded 92 Chevy Lumina with V6, automatic air, stereo, cruise, tilt, and more. There's not just 1 or 2. We ordered in quantity to meet demand. The Ohio Plan. Lumina, $249 a month, no money down at the Chevy Network. It's where Ohio's going for the lowest payment.
We have, we're at the beginning of the second quarter. Wellington up 6-0 here. Wellington got that first drive, took it down the field in 11 plays, and they scored. And we kicked off to Clearview, held them on 3 plays. They punted. We took the ball at our own 34-yard line, and then we fumbled it back to them, and then we got it back again. Turnabout's fair play. 1st and 10 Dukes at the Clearview 48.
Well, we're 3rd and 2, Mac, with a big possession down
there
here
you
for
go.
Wellington.
Okay.
Maybe you're jumping the gun. I hope you're right. McMahon, the quarterback.
Take it, Matt.
He's
Take
got
it,
the
Matt.
bootleg. He needs to
Take
get
it.
outside.
Take it. Turn it, Matt. Turn it.
And he may be held up short on a nice play by number 33, Tony Sharp. Matt needed to turn the corner, but Sharp, closing fast, stops him from the first down, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Dukes.
This is something they haven't seen. That worked real well against Brookside, Avon, everyone else, but you can't. If you're going to get outside, you got to get out there now, because these kids from Clearview are tremendously fast, Chuck.
Brad Cowling back to punt for Wellington. Nice snap, no pressure. Gets off a nice kick over the coverage.
Boomer.
May go into the end zone, and it does. So Clearview will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, where they'll take over. 1st and 10. 11:15 to go in the half, and the Dukes with a 6-0 advantage.
I talked to a lot of the seniors before the game, and they want to just, instead of individually giving a hi to their mom and dad and everyone else, more or less a group hi to friends, family, and everybody that's helped them out through their senior year. Thanks a lot, they said.
That's always nice to hear.
Family.
Mark Vieta, number 10, the quarterback for the Clippers, hands the ball off up the middle to Juggy Franklin, number 32. Scott Sedlick, number 57, on the stop for Wellington. Short gain, be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go. Ball resting at the Clipper 22.
Well, during the night, if it seems like we're going to be giving a lot of thank yous to people, well, we are, because coming up, the end of the season here, last game, Chuck. A lot of people have donated and hours and items to help the team out, and we'll be announcing these people and merchants during the game.
Vieto hands the ball off up the middle. There's room.
Boy, he hits that hole quick, doesn't he, Chuck?
Marlon Sadler, number 22, carried the ball. Lenny Dean for Wellington, number 31, with the stop on Sadler. Brings up a third down and about 3 yards to go, Mac. Big possession down for Clearview. I think these third downs are going to be like this the whole contest here.
You got that right.
These teams so evenly matched. Third and 3. There is
Tony Sharp outside.
Sadler,
They stuff it.
or Tony Sharp rather, and he's
Nothing.
knocked down short of the first down.
No, Tony, no.
Like Kevin Stump out there, Mac, along with number 88, Josh Berzee for
Old
Wellington.
Stumper there. Stumper doing the nice job there, along with Josh. If those ends stay at home tonight, that's the key to the game. Turn them in. Keep them turned in.
Benji Hammond, number 11, back to kick for the Clippers. Some pressure, but he gets the kick off, and it's
Wobbly.
hits at the 50-yard line.
Stay away from it. There
And
he
is down at that spot just at the 48 by number 42, Chris Kazmarek. Dukes take over. Excellent field position at their own 48. 9:24 to go in the second quarter of play.
And speaking of field position, if you're looking for a field in a nice position or a house in a nice position, stop in at Bob King Realty up at 208 North Main Street, right next to the post office.
Brad Colling in motion. McMahon hands off to the first.
Oh, hit the hole,
Puts his head
baby.
down, gets inside the 45-yard line of Clearview. Nice pickup, about 6 yards for Jim.
Duccioni.
Strong runner. 5'10", 190 pounds, and he looks a lot bigger than that with pads on, Mac.
You got that right,
Not
Chuck.
a big guy off the field, but a lot of heart and desire.
Hey, you look at the guy in the locker room, and he's got some big arms, but...
Second down, and they're going to call it 3 yards to go. Handoff again to Baraducci. Puts his head down and is close to the first down.
Looks like we're right on that first down marker, and I think he had it. His forward his what, Chuck?
Forward progress.
Thank you.
There you go. First down for the Dukes. The ball at the Clipper 41-yard line.
Momentum,
Looking
I think.
for that insurance score, and speaking of insurance, check out Trinner Nationwide Insurance. The blanket of protection at 102 South Main Street, across from the square. Stop in and see Dan or Kathy at Trinner Nationwide Insurance.
Where the grass is always greener.
8 minutes to go in the first half of action. Wellington enjoying a 6-0 lead and driving for more. Tim Poland in motion. McMahon hands the ball out to
Ducci, baby, go Bear!
Outside, puts his head down and gets down to about the 30-yard line.
Looks like he's got another first
Another
down,
gain
Chuck.
of Nearly 10 yards.
Number 88 out there is asking Troy Thompson's asking the official about clipping. He thinks he's being clipped out there. And speaking of clipping, get a haircut. No. Don't have
Well, it
any
is indeed a first down
sponsors
for the
yet.
Dukes and Baraducci as the ball is resting at the Clearview 30-yard line. 7:35 to go. Dukes on the move. Brad Colling in motion our way. McMahon back to pass across the middle, and the ball is just off the hands of Tim Poland. Check that, Casey Moore.
Oh, Casey, heard
Simmons.
footsteps coming across the middle there, Chuck. That's not a very nice place to be.
Well, you won't find footsteps in the cement masonry at Wellington Builders. Wellington Builders at 221 Kelly Street. Check them out for all your building and foundation needs.
Oh, I love that one.
Second and 10 for the Dukes.
Stayed up all night for that one, didn't you, Chuck?
Oh. Here's the
Reverse out.
fake.
Take it, man. You got room.
He's got room. He's got a man deep, and he elects to throw the ball short to Baraducci. He's down inside the 20-yard line. Nice play fake by
That
Matt.
was. I thought he was going to run it, and he threw it to Baraducci. And
Credit Chris Kazmarek, number 42, with a stop on Baraducci, but not before Jimmy picks up another first down. Ball at the Clearview 16-yard line. The Dukes in the red zone.
I love that red zone.
Matt McMahon is the quarterback. Under center, calling out the signals.
Taking it, don't
Quarterback
fumble.
keeper. Ducks in off tackle, gets down close to the 14-yard line. Short pickup.
Chuck, we've got a nice crowd over there and at the Wellington side. We're over here on the Clearview side, and it is a full house.
Well, as you look down the fence line, also, Mac, it's standing room only all the way around the track. We get a shot of that crowd.
Along with that big W flag up there.
Chef Fox down there.
There you go. Up,
Chef
up,
right
up,
on the
up.
action.
Okay.
For the Dukes. Hand off.
Ooh. There's the W flag up there. Okay, and there's the huddle. Speaking of a full house, if you play your cards right, they're dealing fast at Harrison Ford, new and used cars. Stop in today and tell Rod you want the TV12 test drive. Harrison Ford. Oh no! Tell you what, it's what we didn't want to see right there. Maybe trying to offset them a little bit with a play action pass and instead of running it in, trying to go up to 12 or 14.
Well, the Dukes have to play defense now. 5:30 to go before the half.
Clearview's throwing against the wind, Chuck, if they're going to throw.
Passing formation, and here's the draw play.
Tony Sharp. Boy, that hurts, Chuck. You're going down. Looks like for a potential score to put you up by 12 or 14. And
we got a little microphone problem.
What's the problem?
And we have someone down here on the sidelines.
Like to thank the people up at Dairy Mart for supplying the coaches with coffee. There's a gentleman down on the field right now. Let's see if we can get a look and see who it is. They supply the coffee for the coaches up there. There's Jeannie, she's a manager. Kay, Phyllis, Tracy, Jim and John, they're on third shift. But those are the little things that help the boys out. Looks like Todd Adams right there. Looks like number 10. Yeah, I think it is because Matt's in there on defense. He's taking over Adams' spot as safety.
Good call. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Clippers. Ball at their own 31-yard line. 5:16 to go in the second quarter of play.
They're not going to score. We're going to shut them down here, Chuck.
Vieto is the quarterback. Hands the ball off. Number 32, Juggy Franklin. He has a nice pickup, about 10 yards.
And speaking of pickups, Chuck, stop out and pick up that electrical charge out there at Lorraine Medina Rural Electric out there on West Road. plug in with Willie Wirehand.
First and 10 for the Clippers, ball at their own 42-yard line. Here's a handoff on the counter play, and that's Marlon Sadler. Picked up about 5 yards. And Jason Cutright, number 51 on the tackle for Wellington. Dukes have to stop this momentum that Clearview seemed to pick up.
I'd like to thank the people up at the Beverage and Party Center for donating pop for the boys. Thank Tim Grand, Joe and Diane, they're the owners. Karen, Judy, Bruce, Jack, and the lovely Sandy.
2nd and 5 for Clearview. Vieta is the quarterback. And he hands the ball off up the middle. Out close to the 50-yard line is Juggy Franklin. Tackled by Tim Poland, number 42 for Wellington.
Along with Todd Adams.
It's 3rd and 2 for Clearview. Ball resting at their own 49-yard line.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Big play, 3:29 to go. Clock is on the move. Number 32, Franklin, again on the carry. He looks to have the first down, Mac. They may measure.
Official timeout.
And when you have a timeout, when you're in Wellington, stop in to Ponderosa Steakhouse. Always a great steak. Choice U.S. beef in every cut. And don't forget their all-you-can-eat salad bar. It's a steak in itself, or a meal in itself. Stop in at Ponderosa on Route 58, north of Wellington.
There you go.
3:15 and the clock's running and tonight's first down.
First down for the Clippers. Ball at the Duke 48-yard line. Approaching 3 minutes. Handoff to number 33, Tony Sharp. A short pickup.
Chuck, they're not going to score before the half. I guarantee it.
That's Jason Cutright, number 51, along with number 42, Tim Poland, on the tackle for Wellington.
I said they will not score.
The Duke's aim seems to be true tonight, Mac, and if you need that aim test, get down to McMinn's BP service.
Better known as Bubba's Place.
That's at 120 East Herrick, McMinn's BP. Back to action. A little confusion, and we may have a delay of the game on Clearview.
Speaking of confusion, ball of confusion. That's
Delay.
what the world is today. Hey, hey.
Behind this mic it is, as we're having to share one mic tonight, past the breath mints.
No, do I have dagger? I brushed before I came up here.
I call truce. 2nd down and 12 for the Clippers, 2:19 to go. Clock stopped by the penalty. Ball back in Clearview territory at the 49. In motion is Sharp, back to pass, and incomplete, intended for number 85, Brian Lilly, and Tim Poland, number 42 for Wellington, with a nice hit. We're going to pause for a station break. This is WGCC TV 12.
Battery?
Third down and 12, big play for the Clippers. Vieta fakes handoffs, got pressures, going back to pass. Underthrows the receiver.
Excellent coverage there, Chuck. Josh Brzee putting pressure on the quarterback. No flags are down.
That pass was intended for number 88, Troy Thompson.
Just like I said, Chuck, the Dukes are going to hold no points before half. Let's just take it in ourselves right now. We got the wind at our backs. Let's put some more points up here before we go into halftime.
Yeah, the rubber band defense so far tonight, Mac, they're bending, but they don't break. And if we can do that all night, we'll be in good shape. 2:10 to go. Clock stopped on the incompletion. And the Clippers, Benji Hammond back to punt again.
Oh.
There's a high kick. No fair catch. And that's
Oh,
Todd Adams.
Todd Adams,
He
baby.
can get to the outside.
He's go Adams! Go Adams! TA!
A nice return by number 10, Todd Adams.
Get the bench off him. He's got the whole bench on top of him.
And it was Benji Hammond, the punter, number 11, that made the tackle. Or Todd Adams was off to the races.
It looks like Benji's trying to get a piece of him. Get a piece of him if he doesn't watch it. First tackle of the year, I think, for Benji.
Duke's in excellent field position. Ball at the Clearview 44-yard line.
Go back to the doghouse, Benji. Take it in, guys. Let's go.
Matt McMahon under center. Back.
Take it, Matt. Take it.
He needs to get rid of it. He's got a man wide open downfield.
Oh.
And tip, we have a flag. We may have an illegal man downfield. Tony Sharp on the deflection for Clearview. And Mac, I think Brian Farnsworth was illegally downfield for Wellington, number 50.
Yeah, he kept continuing his blocking and went a little bit too far there.
Illegal man downfield. Boy, it's difficult for Matt to throw in that when he's rolling out to the left and being a right-handed quarterback. That's the toughest throw he's going to have to make. He tried it once earlier in the season, and I'm not sure what game it was, but the same result, he was underthrowing the receiver. Had a man out there, but it's awful difficult to make that play work. Baraducci in motion this time.
Quarterback draw. Go, Matty.
And that's a nice move. Had the Clippers fold on that. Baraducci standing out on the sidelines waving his hands like the play was coming to him. And a nice decoy by Jimmy and Matt McMahon with a big pickup.
Well, Chuck, it happened once in the Keystone game. And we talked about that. You know, when you throw the ball and put it up in the air, only three things can happen, and one's only good. And we've talked about throwing it as hard as you can. You'd rather overthrow the guy than throw an interception. No Jericho.
2nd down and 4 as McMahon gets back most of the yardage off the penalty and then some. There's the pass out in the flat and off the hands of Tim Poland, number 42. They'll bring up a 3rd down and 4, clock at 1:11 to go before intermission.
I asked him in that Keystone game, I don't mean to harp on this, but I asked him when he rolls to the left and he's trying to hit that guy, does he throw it as hard as he can? And he told me no. And I told him, you got to throw it as hard as you can. Let your receiver run under it rather than get it picked off in Jericho City.
Well, the biggest problem with that, Mac, is he's getting pressure from the backside, so he can't plant and set up. So he's got to get rid of the ball in a hurry. 3rd and 4 for the Dukes. Poland in motion. There's a handoff to Baraducci.
He's got the first down
as he rumbles inside the 30-yard line. Now it's time to watch the clock as we approach 1 minute.
Speaking of backside, get that backside of meat at Ponderosa Steakhouse.
Timeout, Duke.
Located at 722 North Main Street, Ponderosa, where your meat is always the best.
We got a little time here. We'll take this time for a brief message from Brothers Chevrolet.
Saturday, November the 16th, from 10 until 4, Clearview High School will be hosting Christmas Favors and Flavors Craft Show. You'll want to stop by and do some Christmas shopping. Clearview High School.
There you see Tom Hoke, Clearview coach, talking to number 81, Matt Stevenson. The Wellington crowd trying to urge on the Dukes. Mac, a score here would really be important. Wellington breaks the huddle. 1st and 10 at the Clipper 29-yard line. 1:05 to go in the first half. There's a handoff up the middle to Baraducci. He picks up about 3 yards to the 26. Duke's in the hurry-up huddle. Clock down to 50 seconds.
Ooh.
Baraducci hit by number 88, Troy Thompson, on that play, and we have a timeout called by Wellington. 40 seconds to go before halftime. The ball resting at the Clearview 23-yard line. Looking at a third down and, third down about 4, Mac.
While I was uptown at breakfast this morning, I was saw 4 women sitting at a table and overheard them talking about going into Metro Hospital. We'd like to say hi to Tom Radcliffe. His wife, Bert, worked over at the hospital for 23 years, and we hope he's recovering well up there in Metro. He's in a truck accident on July 24th, and if you can donate some blood to St. Vincent Charity Hospital in his name, just call up there at East 22nd in Cleveland and give what you can. I usually faint when I give it, but
too close to Halloween.
But he's going through some rehab, and he'd like to thank Dr. Moises for saving his life. I guess he was actually gone, and they brought him back. But it happened in July, and that's a long time for recovery. So we hope you're doing well, Tom, and maybe we'll see you at the game next year.
Okay, back to action on the field. 40 seconds to go. 3rd down and 4 for the Dukes. Poland in motion. McMahon pitch to Baraducci, hitting the backfield and stopped. That's number 35, Jimmy James, with the tackle. And Wellington just may try one more play here on 4th down and run the clock out. Take a shot at it, Mac. Let the clock go and see what happens.
Right. I'd wait till it runs down to about, you got time. Wait till it runs. Oh,
okay.
Man.
Well, Matt Stoll elects to call timeout with 17 seconds to go. 4th down and 5.
Why not call a timeout with 5 seconds left and make it the last play of the first half? I mean, it's easy to say it up here, but
you got the win at your back, but as we've seen earlier in the season, the Dukes have had trouble with the kicking game as far as field goals or extra points are concerned. There you see a clock, or a shot of the clock, rather.
Looks like it's frozen in infamy. But if, I guess if you pick up the first down, if you don't make the first down, you're going to give them the ball there at the 25-yard line. Maybe that's his thinking, rather than going for all of it on one play. This is where you use your little 7 and outs and maybe take it in 3 plays like that and try to get it in.
Well, Mac, you have to be careful, too. Remember, you got Marlon Sadler back there, the sprint champion in the state of Ohio. You throw a ball up for grabs, he could be off. Baraducci in motion. McMahon back to pass, has pressure, and he is sacked at the 35-yard line. Alshie Williams, number 60.
That's exactly what you didn't want to happen. Coming at you quick. Clock's rolling. Why is the clock moving, Chuck?
Well, Clearview stops the clock with 9 seconds. I'll have time for possibly 2 plays here, depending on what they pick up on the first play, naturally.
I thought the clock didn't move on change of possession.
I did too, Mac. But we'll take it.
We'll take that extra 5 seconds.
You mark that down, and at the end of the game, we'll see if that 5 seconds comes into play.
I'll make a mental note of it.
Okay.
Oh, look at that beautiful flag above the scoreboard. Just a blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
And that's not the only thing up here blowing tonight, folks. There you go.
Oh,
That's Chef, camera 2.
Say, can you see?
It's pretty windy in the booth, too, so.
That's really one beautiful sight. That's what it's all about. freedom.
Okay, Clipper fans, 9 seconds on the clock. Brixton
9 seconds to go, Mac. Dukes in a prevent defense. Clippers look to be in the trips out there. There's a handoff. It's a fumble in the backfield. And it looked like Tony Sharp. No. Could be Juggy Franklin, rather. Well, it was Marlon Sadler. We got one. We named him on. It was Sadler who fumbled, and that's going to be in the first half of play. The Dukes defense doing the job after the first score. As we go to the break, Wellington Clearview. Wellington enjoying a 6-0 lead, and a little bit of an interlude to the Pizza Hut trivia question of the week. We're going to try something new tonight. And the question for this week is, what was the final score of last week's Wellington-Brookside game? And the little format that we're going to try is you must call before the end of today's broadcast and be the 12th correct caller at 647-3878. That's 647-3878. And the 12th correct caller will win a large pizza courtesy of the Pizza House. Again, that trivia question, what was the final score of last week's Brookside-Wellington game? Mac, we're on. There we got Chef on there down at camera 2. Doing a fine job tonight. Technical assistant Kevin Cousin down there, stringing him along.
So am I allowed to talk in the mic now or what?
You can talk to the mic. We gave the trivia question. We told you that you must be the 12th correct caller before the end of the broadcast today in today's game. That number again is 647-3878.
What's the question?
The question again, Mac. What was the score of last week's Wellington Brookside game? The final score. 12th correct caller gets that free large pizza courtesy of the Pizza House.
I thought you were going to ask who played the uncle on The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's uncle there, looking over her in the bed. I found out who that was today.
Well, you gonna tell us, or?
I wrote it down here. Let me find it.
Okay.
Okay, here. There's a little story behind that. You know that the guy that played that uncle lived in Sid Stemple's house. You know where Sid lives now? In Park Place?
Well, who doesn't?
Well, the guy who played the uncle in The Wizard of Oz lived in that house for a time.
Who played Uncle Henry?
It was Charlie Grapewine. Charlie Grapewine. I just found that out today from Dave Stemple.
We can all sleep easy tonight knowing that Charlie Grapevine?
Grapewine.
Okay.
Dave Stemple just came in from Maryland, and I see Mike once in a while over there at Sid's. I've been painting over there. Mike's a highway patrolman over there in Norwalk, and where's Tom at? Tom's somewhere. But how you doing, Sid? Good to see you. You're looking good. Gonna bring you a winner tonight, Sid.
Okay, the Dukes will kick off to start the second half of play. Wellington has the 6-0 advantage after the first 24 minutes of action. Jason Edwards, number 11, kicking the ball off. And we're underway, and it's a high booming
kick. Touch it.
And number 33, that's Tony Sharp with the ball. He's out to the 15, makes a cut. He's got room. Look out. He could be gone. Casey Moore has to get him. And he knocks him out of bounds to save the touchdown.
Chuck, that's what scares the heck out of you is their quickness, the way those kids can cut up the field and cross field and turn the burners on and go.
Now they're going to credit him with a 40-yard kickoff return, and Casey Moore saved a big one. First and 10 for Clearview. Ball at their own 49-yard line. Number 10, Mark Vieta, is the quarterback. Sharp in motion. There's the handoff up the middle to Franklin. Tripped up by Tim Poland.
You were talking about Casey Moore saving the big one. I'd like to take a moment of silence to remember the big one, Red Fox. Okay.
And Tim Poland comes up limping after that play.
If the coaches notice that, you're going to run right at him. You run right where the guy's hurt at.
Second down and 7 for the Clippers. Vieta, the quarterback, hands the ball off. Up tackle. Tony Sharp knocked down by a host of Dukes tacklers. Jason Cutright, number 51. Lenny Dean, and getting off the bottom of the pile, number 10, Todd Adams. Brings up a third down and call it 4 for Clearview. Ball at the Wellington 44-yard line. Big play again for the Dukes. Full house backfield. Sharp, Franklin, and Sadler. It looked like to be motion, and he got away with it. Tony Sharp picks up the first down at the Wellington 39-yard line. Stopped by number 31, Lenny Dean. Ball resting just inside the Duke 40. First and 10 for Clearview. Vieta, the quarterback, hands the ball off, and there's a lot of room. This could be Tony Sharp in for the touchdown. A 40-yard touchdown burst off tackle. And Clearview has knotted up this contest at 6-6 with 10:05 to go. Mac, that looked like trouble from the handoff. Number 81, Matt Stevenson. The ball is bobbled, and they're trying to...
All right, that's just what we needed, Chuck. Shut that extra point down, and if worse comes to worse, we'll go in overtime. But the Dukes are going to take this drive right now and bring it home. And speaking of bringing home, stop out at Ponderosa, where it's just like home cooking, and enjoy that all-you-can-eat salad bar at Ponderosa, 722 North Main Street, Wellington. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, Duke's going to be accepting the second half kick. They got the wind at their back right now, Chuck, and they're going to put it up. They better utilize it in this quarter.
Well, the Clippers have the momentum in their favor, if anything else.
I knew something was up when they were hitting that piñata coming out in the second half.
Brendan Sextella, number 14, kicking off for Clearview. There's a high
Offsides,
kick.
offsides, Chuck.
And this play will be whistled dead, and Clearview will have to back up 5 yards and kick it over.
Talking to a few of the fans down there at halftime, Chuck, I saw Dan Settlemeyer, and he said, "I'll tell you what, Tommy, they're going to win by 2 touchdowns." That was my Dan Settlemeyer imitation, so let's see if that holds true. You didn't like it, huh? Okay.
I'd like to remind you that this game is brought to you in part by Harrison Ford Mercury. They're dealing fast at Harrison Ford. Stop in and see Rodney and ask for the TV12 test drive. That's Harrison Ford Mercury on 257 North Main Street in Wellington. Sextella again with the kickoff. That's a low line drive kick. Bobbled and picked up by Chris Fox. He has a roll.
Come on, Foxy, baby. Go, baby.
And a nice return.
Chris Fox.
The Dukes are in business. The ball is out close to the midfield stripe. We'll try and get a mark. It looks like it may be about the 48-yard line in Wellington territory, but excellent field position to start their first drive of the second half, Mac.
That's just what we needed, Chuck. A big return to take some of the fire out of Clearview's eyes.
McMahon hands the ball off to Baraducci. Picks up about 2 yards up the middle. Number 60, Alicia Williams on the tackle. He's been in a lot of plays tonight for the Clippers.
Oh, you got that right, Chuck. She has been.
Also like to welcome aboard Lorraine Medina Rural Electric on West Road, new sponsor of Wellington Duke football, WGCC. 9:27 to go. Clock is on the move. Duke's at a 2nd and 8. McMahon in the option.
Take it,
keeps the
Matty,
ball.
come on.
There's the pitch to Baraducci. He puts his head down at number 26. Chip Amber.
Flag! We got a personal foul on the Clippies. Come on.
We got a dead ball. I think personal foul. Maybe we'll get a replay on that. I didn't see it, Mac.
Well, I jumped to conclusions like always. Boy, that hurt, Chuck.
Well, you know, the Dukes were fortunate last week. They self-destructed several times against Brookside, but still rolled up 54 points. And tonight they can't afford those mistakes.
A different caliber team, Chuck, this week compared to last week.
Is that loss of down also, Mac? Was 3rd and 19. It must have been after the play. And the draw play does not work. Jimmy James in on the play for Clearview. The Dukes will be forced to punt the ball back after what looked to be a promising drive.
Well, they were looking for pass there, and they thought they might get some big yardage on that quarterback draw, but nothing was there at all.
Here comes we're trying to get another look at that penalty on Wellington. Really can't tell.
Looked like a late hit.
And a good rush, but
There,
Cowling gets
nice,
up on
beautiful
Knight.
punt, Brady, baby. Fumble! Get the ball! Willie, come on, get it! Get it!
And who's got the
Willie,
ball? The Dukes have it.
All right!
That's number 42, Timmy Poland on the recovery.
That's it right there, the break you needed.
Number 42 fumbled for
He
Clearview.
didn't even go after the ball once he fumbled.
That was Chris Kazmarek, and number 42 for Wellington, Timmy Poland on the big recovery.
Chuck, it looked like after he fumbled the ball that he didn't even try to recover. I don't even know what he was thinking. Let's drive it in right now, Chuck.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Dukes. Ball inside the proverbial red zone at the 18-yard line. Poland in motion. McMahon to Baraducci.
There it is. Come on,
Puts
Jimmy.
his head down and grinds out yardage. It's about a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Dukes. Ball at the Clipper 14-yard line. Got to capitalize on these mistakes, Mac, especially down here in scoring territory.
Keep it on the ground now. Keep it on the ground. Run the option. Run it to Jimmy, Cowling, on the ground.
Poland in motion. Long count. There's the counter.
Come on, Brad,
Cowling
baby.
breaks the tackle.
All right, Brad. How about a spear?
Could have been a late hit down there, but a nice effort by Brad Cowling. Edging toward the 1st down marker. They may have to measure, and indeed they will. And
Well, you know, it looked like maybe that pinata at halftime wasn't what they were aiming for. But if you're aiming for the Ames test, stop in at Bubba's BP up there at 102. Where in the heck is that? Well, it's right next to the License Bureau.
East Herrick.
East Herrick.
There
Okay.
you go. And it's a 1st down for Wellington.
They call it Bubba's up there. I didn't know that till last week. So
Ball is inside the Clipper 10-yard line. At the 8. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Come on, we got to get some big yards right now.
7 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Dukes are driving. Baraducci. Off right tackle, short pickup. They're going to be tough yards down here, Mac.
Chuck, this is definitely 4-down territory because our kicking game has been a little bit lackluster all year. Our kickoffs seem to be fine, but we just don't have it down as far as the extra points and field goals. We got an official timeout on the field.
Well, Jimmy was looking for a block there, and if you're looking for that block work, check out Wellington Builders at 221 Kelly Street. We'll get it right. Masonry, foundations, you name it, they got it. Back to action.
Touchdowns.
McMahon, the calling.
Get in, Brad! Touchdown!
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. McMahon about jumps out of the booth. And the Dukes are back on top, 12-6.
Being on this Clearview side, though, people are kind of
You better be careful here, partner. Brad Colling would not be denied. 6:21 to go in the third quarter. As you take a look at the scoreboard, the Dukes up 12-6. And Wellington calls timeout.
Well, Brad Cowling got the real estate we needed. And speaking of real estate, stop in and see Bob King up there at Bob King Realty, 208 North Main Street in Wellington. Stop in and see all those smiling faces. Dave King. I hear Dave might be helping the wrestlers out this year. That's nice. They're not parking the cars here, though.
And that touchdown run by Brad Colling, credit Jamie Brzee, the right tackle, with that Wellington Builders Granite Block of the Week. We're going to pause for a station break. This is WGCC TV 12.
Something like that. The Wellington Builders Block of the Week next year. Okay, here come the Dukes. Trying to put that conversion in. This is an important conversion, Chuck. Option right, 38 option.
He's got it! He's into the end zone for the conversion.
Oh, way to go, baby.
Wellington.
Brad Colling, not Ducci. It looks like he's hurt. Brad Colling's hurt.
Excuse me, Mac. It was Brad Colling, and he took a shot as he got into the end zone.
Coach DeVoe comes running out on the field to check on Brad.
Are you going to look at him?
I'll tell you, he gave it all he had to get in the end zone.
Brad playing in what could possibly, more likely will be his last game as a Wellington Duke, really putting the effort on the forefront tonight.
You know, I talked to his mom yesterday, and she said she had a dream the night before. There's Coach Stahl running out to see how Brad's doing. She had a dream last night that Brad was punting, and they came in to block the punt, and they broke his leg.
Well, I'm telling you, Brad up and running off the field on his own power, a good sight to see. You get the shot from camera 2 and Bill Fox down there.
And speaking about a good sight to see, tune into TV 12 WGCC Wellington.
.6:21 to go in the third quarter of play. The Dukes back on top, 14-6. Jason Edwards, number 11, will be kicking off. And the trio, the three amigos, if you will, back deep. Franklin, Sadler, and Sharp. And the Dukes kick it off. It's Franklin. Makes a juke to the outside. And he almost broke a tackle. Todd Adams with the tackle. I'll tell you, Mac, they may want to think about this kickoff formation and maybe squib kick. You can't let these guys get ahead of steam.
Got that right, Chuck. I'll tell you, just one play, and they're off to the races. That's all it takes is one play for them to get back in the ball game, and it can happen on any play.
We approach 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Mark Vieta is the quarterback, the junior. Hands the ball off up the middle, and breaking tackles is Juggy Franklin. Number 88 got a late hit in there, and the referee looked right at him and called nothing.
Troy Thompson there on that late hit. Scott Sedlick in on the tackle with senior sack Bill Brown and Jason Cutright.
Second down and 4 for the Clippers. Ball at the Clearview 46-yard line. Well, the Dukes, if get him 3 and out here, Mac, they'd be in good shape.
Need to turn them. We got the momentum right now. We can't let it turn over to them.
Vieta hands the ball off tackle.
Nice
Tony
gang
Sharp.
tackling there, Chuck.
You had Todd Adams, number 10, and also Scott Sedlick, number 57.
Along with Lenny Dean, Tim Poland. They just keep coming out of there. Is there a hole in the ground that they crawl
I'll tell you,
out?
Mac, it's a big possession down here. Third down and a little bit more than a yard. Ball resting just inside Clipper territory at the 49. Need a big defensive play here. And this is actually could be 2-down territory, so you might want to watch the pass too.
Good observation, Chuck.
But they got the full house backfield. Oh, it's a big hit!
All right.
A big hit!
Way to go. Jason Cutright. Psycho.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's Jason Cutright just hammered Franklin at the 50-yard line.
I'd like to see a replay on that if we could. He's the one that went before in pregame in the locker room. He sits there with his helmet off and he just pounds his head against his helmet.
We are trying to get a replay on that. That was a big hit, Mac.
Oh, come on. Biggest play of the game right now. Let's go defense.
And we have a official's timeout. Tim Poland with an equipment.
Oh, the crowd yelling for him. Oh, they think he's doing it on purpose.
The boys, they can't afford to get hurt out there, and if you can't afford to get hurt, check out Trinner Nationwide Insurance. The blanket of protection, Dan Trinner at Trinner Nationwide Insurance on the square in downtown Wellington.
You know where it's going.
4th and 1.
It's going to Sadler.
I believe he had the first down as Sharp picks up the first down for Clearview.
Big offensive play there, Chuck. Here comes that replay on that hit, Chuck. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. Jason Cutright. Lenny Dean.
Those guys just
And
buried
Todd
him.
Adams.
Cutright making the initial hit on what a super sweet stick.
3:30 to go in the third quarter. The Clippers inside Duke territory at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. There's the handoff to number 32, Juggy Franklin's down to about the 45-yard line. Tim Poland in on the play, number 42 for Wellington, along with Jason Cutright, number 51.
Chuck, as we sit here approaching 3 minutes left in the third quarter, you get that eerie feeling that no lead is safe against Clearview.
Well, the Duke defense needs to make a stand here, Mac. They can't let them afford to get down into the red zone or close down there. It's going to be field position in the fourth quarter that determines the outcome of this contest, I believe. Vieta, the quarterback, back to pass. It's a draw play, and a nice play by number 88,
Josh Berzee.
Josh Berzee on the draw play. As Sharp is stopped for a short gain of about a yard, if that.
One of my favorite players I coached in flag football, Josh Berzee.
Another possession down, Mac, 3rd and 7. The Dukes can hold them here. I think, depending on the yardage that they would need for 4th down, it may force a punt. Number 10 is Vieta, the quarterback. You get a shot at the scoreboard. He's back to pass. It's a draw again. And Jason Cutright.
I'll tell you
And
what,
Timmy Poland.
they've been doing a super job of filling that hole, Chuck. Though it's been there. They've been hitting it hard and quick and fast.
And the Clippers are going into the punting formation, much to the dismay of the partisan crowd. We're under 2 minutes to go. So we saw number 11, Benji Hammond, come in.
Oh, look at Franklin. That little poor display there. He threw his helmet off on the ground
That
on the
was
sideline.
Sadler, 22.
That's right.
Oh, cut right with a nice rush. It's off the side of his foot and will be downed at about the 20-yard line. Dukes take over, Mac, and they need a nice sustaining drive. That's what they need, a ball control drive. Chew up some of the clock, put that insurance score on the board, go from there. McMahon is the quarterback, hands the ball off, and we have a flag on the play. We have a dead ball. Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure charge.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty
Illegal procedure
against the Dukes. Brings up a 1st and 15. Mac, they can't afford these mistakes here.
1st and 15 for Wellington. On the 15-yard line.
Poland in motion. McMahon, the quarterback, hands the ball off. It's Baraducci busting out close to the 25-yard line. Nice pickup.
Jimmy James on the stop.
And Jimmy James on the tackle for the Clippers, number 35.
Chuck, if we're going to do any throwing, it's got to be right now. You got the wind at your back. I don't know if they want to take the chance at throwing. They want to need a long, sustained drive right now.
It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Dukes as Baraducci had a nice 9-yard pickup after the penalty. Poland in motion. McMahon hands the ball off. Baraducci, he's hit for a short pickup. That may be the last play of the 3rd quarter, Mac. As we're winding down, 15 seconds, clock running. And we'll head into the 3rd quarter of play. Wellington 14, Clearview 6.
Now this brief message from Brothers Chevrolet in Wellington.
Attention Ohio car buyers. Introducing the Ohio Plan, a special plan that allows you to drive more car than you ever thought possible for $249 a month. Chevy Lumina, $249 and no down payment. Look hard at those other lease offers. Only this authorized Chevrolet plan has $249 with 0 down for a loaded 92 Chevy Lumina with V6, automatic air stereo cruise tilt, and more. There's not just one or two. We ordered in quantity to meet demand. The Ohio Plan. Lumina, $249 a month, no money down at the Chevy network. It's where Ohio's going for the lowest payment.
Third down and 4. Dukes in need of a big play. Ball at the Clipper 25. McMahon back to pass. Has time.
Take it, man. Take it, buddy.
Puts it up.
Charge it. Yeah,
And
you got
he
it.
puts his head forward. I think he's got the first down. Good second effort for Matt.
Want to say hi to Bobby Lingo. How you doing here, Bob? How about this Clearview Wellington game?
Pretty good game. I think you got to play tough defense here in the 4th quarter.
How about some of the games you were in? Some of those close ones. Okay, that Bobby the Flea Lingo. 1st and 10.
Matt made a nice carry there and got the first down. There's a handoff, and Baraducci is tripped up in the backfield by number 88, Troy Thompson, to pick up of about 4 yards on the play. You're going to mark the ball actually at the 34, pick up a 3-yard, 2nd down and 7. Just underway in the 4th quarter of play. Mac, we got to draw that trivia winner out of that hat. We had a couple responses here. We'll try and get it after this play. Baraducci again just powering his way up close to the 40-yard line. Correct answer for this week.
We're going to have Bobby Lingo draw the out of the hat here.
Total points for the All-State running back Tim Burns in the 1974 season. The correct answer was 202 points. And the winner is Bill Bragg.
Bill Bragg.
Congratulations, Bill. You're our trivia question winner of the week. 3rd and 3. McMahon on the keeper. Second effort, but I believe he's going to be short of the yard marker. By about a yard. Bring up 4th and 1. Well, interesting call here, Mac. I don't see the punter coming out.
I think they're going to go for it. You know what they're going to do? Maybe they're going to try to make him jump.
9:50 to go. Clock running. Band all fired up.
There it is. Big 4th down play. Let's get going, Wellington. Come on, buddy.
Wellington 40.
You got to go with Baraducci. He's been getting it all year. Get it right now. Take it, Matt. All right. He's got it.
The first down.
Way to go, Matty, baby.
Gutsy call by Matt Stoll.
Bobby, what was one of the most memorable moments you had against Clearview when you were running back there? How about you, Bobby Bradstock? Some good moments against Clearview, huh?
Well, my senior year, we lost over here in the 4th quarter, and that just kind of put the whole Clearview rivalry in a picture for me.
Well, we're going to try to win it this year. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming up.
Dukes convert 1st and 10. McMahon on the keeper got the first down and keeps the clock moving, more importantly. Hand off to Baraducci, and he just pulls his way out close to the midfield stripe. We got these Wellington fans up here, Matt.
Kind of dangerous.
They may be in trouble. They got guts, but I think they're a little bit short on brains. 8:50. Clock is running. The Dukes looking at a 2nd down and call it 3 at their own 48-yard line.
Seems like they're getting electrified here like LMRE out on West Road.
Another proud sponsor of Wellington Duke football. Handoff Baraducci driving. It'll be close to the first down.
As the Clearview faithful shouting for defense, the big machine is moving.
And if your machine's having trouble moving, check out McMinn BP Service. That's McMinn's, that Ames test. Always a quick one, 5 minutes in and out. You got that coffee and donuts there, so check him out. The big man at 120 East Herrick.
At Bubba's.
3rd down, 1 to go. Ball at the midfield stripe.
Jimmy Baraducci. Way to go, Jimmy. He's got the first down. Dukes are in Clearview territory right now.
Line up. Big gain on first down, Mac.
Tell you what, that was only the 2nd time we've seen Senior Sack in there with the ball. Hard running. I don't think they were expecting that.
And more importantly, the ground attack picking up the yardage necessary to keep that clock moving. We're down under 7 minutes to go in this ball game.
And let Bob King really take care of your ground attack for your home needs. Stop in and see Bob at 208 North Main Street in Wellington. Right next to Pat Velarde in the post office.
2nd down and 3 to go for the Dukes. McMahon, we have some movement. Dukes may be guilty of some motion. He's pointing to Clearview, though. Could be a break, Mac. Dead ball. Offsides, Clearview.
Right.
First down, Wellington.
Thought they had a lot of motion on Wellington, but if you want to see a lot of positive motion, stop in and tune in to TV 12, WGCC Wellington. Get the motion going. see this later. This one, towards the end.
Clock has started, 6:40 and running. Dukes moving the ball, 14-6 advantage. Crowd's fired up. Boy, Mac, just a beautiful night for football and a packed house tonight in Clearview.
6 minutes and 30 seconds to ecstasy, Chuck.
McMahon calling the signals, hands the ball off. Baraducci, a short gain off right tackle.
We got to stay ball control here. Come on, we need it.
You see the scoreboard, clock on the move, and so are the Dukes. And if you're looking for a move, check out Wellington Builders Incorporated, 221 Kelly Street. Wellington Builders, your one-stop construction company, a proud sponsor of Duke football and WGCC. 2nd down and 9, give Baraducci a pickup of a yard. McMahon on the keeper. Off right tackle, picks up about 3 yards.
Like to give our, let everyone know that Mona Garrett, she's Vice President of Hot Stove, had a stroke, and we hope she'll continue to recover, and our prayers are with her.
Big play, 3rd and 7 for the Dukes. Approaching the 5-minute mark in this contest. McMahon. There's the counter to Tim Poland, and he's going to be held short of the 1st down. That's number 35, Jimmy James, on the tackle for Clearview. Duke's looking at a 4th down, and Mac, you gotta go for it here, don't you?
Well, if 4th and 4, a long 4, yeah, you do.
Ball at the 30-yard line of Clearview.
You got faith in your defense to hold them at the 50.
Duke's taking a long time in the huddle. They may just take the delay of the game penalty and punt it. That's what it looks like to me. No hurry.
The views and comments and opinions expressed during this program are not necessarily those of this station. WGCC TV 12 retains all rights to this production. Copies of this tape are available by calling TV 12. For further details, call 647-3878. Brad Cowling, back to punt.
Cowling back to, and it's blocked! The kick is blocked! It's rolling free down here. And picked up by number 34, Manuel Roman. That's about the worst scenario you can see. And if Roman hadn't dove on the ball, Mac, he could have picked it up and ran it in.
That's right. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Let's see if the defense can rise to the occasion. Jeez, oh Pete. I talked to Coach Stoll before the game. I asked him if he was worried about the punt being blocked, and he mentioned that he was on that 12-yard snap, but that's over with. Let's go, defense, right now.
Under 4 minutes to go. Draw a play. Sadler.
Stuff him!
He makes a move. He gets to the outside. It's down inside the 30, about a 3-yard pickup.
Ask him what we're doing. Okay, if you're gonna be hungry after this game, so stop out to Ponderosa on the way home, north of Wellington at 722 North Main Street.
Check out that Camera One all-you-can-eat salad bar. 2nd and 7 for the Clippers, down to 3:08 to go in this one. The ball at the Duke 27-yard line. Got some movement.
Oh, yeah! All right! Way to go, Josh Berzee!
Josh Berzee. I think we have motion on the Clippers. Motion on Clearview, if I'm correct here, Mac.
You're going to see him at tight end next year a lot. Throwing over the middle. Motion. I'm going down in that field after we win this thing. We're going to be talking to a lot of happy people. Let's get it right now.
That's a dead ball. So the Dukes have no option. They have to take the penalty, which is a bad break for Wellington on the sack by Brzee. Second down and 11, ball outside the 30-yard line to 31, under 3 minutes to go. Second and 10 for the Clippers. And back to pass, got time, throws it out there. And it was up for grabs.
All Matt had to do was look at the ball, and he had a Jericho.
For number 85, Brian Lilly, and Vieta threw it up for grabs. Trenton Nationwide Insurance, another proud sponsor of Dukes football.
And we could have used an insurance score from Dan and Kathy. But right now it looks like Clearview's driving towards the end zone. Stop in and check out the deals at Harrison Ford Route 58 in Wellington.
There's a shot of the clock, 2:34 to go. Clock is stopped on the incompletion. 3rd and 10. Four down.
They didn't even touch him. All right. Jeez. I know, you don't have to touch them. They're in the neutral zone.
Bring up 3rd and 5. The Dukes are marked off 5 yards on the encroachment penalty. That hurts. 4 down territory for Clearview.
Oh, Chuck, I can't take this.
Well, this is the way it ought to be, Mac.
Yeah, I guess you're right. One good thing, we scored our extra point. So the worst thing that happened is we go into overtime or tie it up. But let's stuff them right there and forget about it.
Full house backfield. Handoff.
Sharpie.
Sharp trying to get to the outside.
Come on, Lenny.
Lenny D.
Lenny.
Stop Sharp. He may have the first down, though. And he is still down. Now getting up. Clock is down to 2:12.
2:12 to go. First down, Clearview at the Duke 20-yard line. And for any of your measurement needs, stop in and see Ed, Mitch, and Joe at Wellington Builders for all your brick, block, and masonry needs. And if you need a bull nose, they'll round off the corners.
First and 10 for the Clippers. Ball at the Duke 20-yard line.
Under 2 minutes, Chuck. Come on.
Vieta back to pass.
Watch the coverage. Jericho!
And it is incomplete. Chris Kazmarek, the intended receiver for Clearview, made a nice diving attempt. The Clippers haven't passed the ball much tonight, Mac, and that was kind of a surprise.
I just thought of something funny. Forget it. Oh, boy. I don't know, Chuck. I'm losing it here. 1:47, 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 for the Clippers. Ball at the Wellington 20.
Come on, defense.
Could be Sadler on the pitch here, Mac. There it is. Reverse.
Reverse. Fake reverse.
Fake reverse.
Way to go, Josh. Turn it out, baby. He's still going. He's in bounds. He's in bounds. Keep the clock running. Josh Brzee made an excellent defensive play there, Chuck. He was fighting off 2-3 blockers there, staying at home and turning that play in. That's the true definition, one of the true definitions of staying at home.
Got timeout for Clearview.
You don't let those guys get around you. Josh Brzee had 2 or 3 guys on him, pushing him, and he didn't falter. He didn't let him turn the corner. Oh, jeez. I don't know, Chuck. This is...
3rd and 2, Mac. Ball at the Duke 12-yard line, 1:35 to go. Wellington 14-6.
Oh. I don't know, not much you can say. I mean, I know they got the wind at their back, but they don't need it now. I don't know, Chuck. Jeez, I'm a nervous wreck.
So many years of heartbreak, frustration for Wellington, and the Dukes trying to stave off this last-minute drive by the Clippers.
Well, I want to say a couple highs before we ended here. I want to say hi to Kathy Hartman's sister, Terry Titus, and Haley and Ben said they love you very much, and some great kids there.
You get a shot of the clock, tells the story.
1 minute, 35 seconds on the clock. The ball is on the 12-yard line. It is third down, 2 yards for the Clippers.
Come on, stuff it.
There's
stuff
the
it,
pitch.
Stuff
Looked
it,
like
stuff it, stuff it.
There's a flag. It may be an illegal block on Josh Brzee. He looked like he got clipped.
All right.
It looked like a clip, Mac.
Casey Moore jumping
And it is
on.
a clip.
All right. A clip against the Clippers. Clip the Clippers.
Josh Brzee had excellent position. We could see that again on a replay. You may be able to pick that one up.
And the Duke crowd over there is going wild. Chuck, I think after we win this, I'm just going to get the heck out of the box with the microphone, go down on the field, and let's get out of here. What do you think?
Gonna try and get another look at this, Mac.
I want to say hi to Kerry Kosa, too. He was up at the dentist today, saw him uptown, and speaking with a mouthful of Novocaine, kind of tough. I hope he's doing well. Okay, 3rd and 15, Chucky, baby.
Watch that draw.
Come on, back to pass.
Got pressure. Got a man
Man
out
open,
there.
and he caught the ball. Oh, my God, excellent catch. Beautiful catch.
That's Kazmarek on the grab.
Excellent throw, excellent catch. We thought we had him backed up, which we did. 3rd and 15, and they threw it over the middle, right into coverage, too. Clock's running, 1:24, 1:23.
There's the replay of the clip. That's irrelevant right now, unfortunately. 1st and goal for the Clippers, the ball at the Wellington 5. Franklin on the carry, gets down close to the goal line.
Timeout. Timeout, Clearview.
Timeout, Clearview.
1:05 to go.
Chucky, baby. I don't know. I want to make sure I say hi to everybody that gave me things to say hi. And I want to tell you a quick little story. It happened, I was up in Vermilion yesterday and had a flat tire, and this gentleman that owns the Army-Navy, it's a club. It used to be the High Five club, restaurant type of place there. The guy didn't even know he was the owner. He helped me out and had me come in and for a meal. Didn't have my wallet with me. Set me up with a meal, helped me fix my tire, and went on my way. And then he called me up and he wanted me to come over and do some painting at his house on the lake. He didn't want me to mention his name, but I got to mention that it's called Army Navy up there in Vermilion. Nice guy. Thanks a lot. I know his wife's name's JoJo. Oh, Chuck.
Boy, Mac,
I don't know.
the old ticker's just erasing.
I'll tell you what. I hope they score and then they don't make the extra point, because that's the way our heart's been torn out down to the last play.
Well, they haven't made it in yet, so.
I know it, but. He's got it.
He's in the end zone. Number 33, Tony Sharp. .102 to go.
This is the ball game, Chuck. They're out of timeouts right now. Their last timeout. They're going to talk it over. We're up by 2. We're going to stuff it. We're going to take it home. LCC is going to be all ours, right here and right now.
Hey, while we have a minute, we'd like to thank the fine people here at Clearview High School for their aid in helping us with this broadcast. Also, we want to thank our kind sponsors, for without them, there is no broadcast. Harrison Ford Mercury, Wellington Ponderosa Steakhouse, Trinner Nationwide Insurance, Lorraine Medina Rural Electric, Bob King Realty, McMinn's BP Service, and Wellington Builders Incorporated. Thanks to all of you.
Well, this ball game is everything that everybody expected. 4 years ago, we were winning 21-3 going into the fourth quarter, and they scored, I think it was 24 unanswered points against us. And 3 years ago, they scored on the last second at Wellington, second to the last play of the game on a 92-yard bomb. Last year, with our young club, we were still in the ball game. They scored a late touchdown to make it 21-6. But we went into the halftime 6-0 against them, and now it's 14-2, 12, Chuck, and this is it, baby.
Here we go.
Come on, defense. Come on, defense.
Vienna's the quarterback.
Come on. Oh. I don't know if that was part of their strategy or not, Chuck, to get us to move. Well, they got half the distance of the goal line. Oh, Chuck, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Well, Mac, I got a feeling that Tony Sharp's going to get the ball. I'd really be surprised if number 33 doesn't get it. Now, Franklin.
All right, here it is, Chucky, baby. Come on, defense. Come on, defense.
Sharp, Franklin, and Sadler in the backfield. There it is,
He
Mac.
didn't get it.
He's in the end zone.
How big that extra effort, two-point conversion that Wellington had was, and how big that encroachment penalty on Wellington was, Chuck. I don't know if the hole still would have been there for the 2.5 yards he needed, but looks like he just got in on that 1 3/4 yard. Or 1 1/4, whatever the heck
Well,
it
the
is.
Dukes have all their timeouts remaining. We could be looking at overtime.
You don't want to be putting the ball up in the air going into the wind, all right. Although the flag is limp right now, we still got a breeze out there. Oh, Chuck.
Well, what would be the matter throwing it back all the way?
Let's just do it.
Deep kick.
Come on, Brad. Let's go, baby. Hold on to the ball. He's got a corner. Hold on to the ball, Brad.
Get to the outside.
Come on, Brad. Go, baby. Come on, Brad. Keep
He's
going.
still on
Keep
his
going.
feet. He gets out to the 39-yard line. A nice return by Brad Colling.
Put the dang thing up in the air deep. I don't care. Throw it hard. Throw it down the field.
Take over now. First and 10. Goes down the 38-yard line.
Come on, Dukes. I'll tell you what, they got a little trickery here about the handoff, a pitch to Ducci and a throw to the quarterback. They might use it now. If you're going to use a trick play, now's the time. McMahon back to throw. Throw the
In the backfield.
Jeez.
And that may be the ball game. Wellington may be content, run the clock out and go to overtime, Mac. That was Jimmy James, number 35 on the sack.
If you're getting pressure, you got to put it up. Well, I know he didn't want to put it up deep and take the chance of interception. Looks like I'm a total wreck.
Well, that's it, 5 seconds. We're going to overtime. What a way to end the 91 campaign. Well, those 2-a-day practices, hot summer afternoons, it all boils down to this, Mac. Overtime at Clearview. Somehow it seems fitting.
Hard to believe.
Now the captains come back out to the field.
Oh boy, Chuck, I tell you. Well, you're going to be taking off. You're going to be getting the ball at the opposing team's 20, and if you score, if you get a first down, the drive stays alive because you got 20 yards to score a touchdown. And then if you score, you have the same option as kicking the extra point or running for the 2 or passing for the 2. Then the other team gets the same chance, so it's not a sudden death.
There is no sudden death
Correct.
in high school football.
Now, I imagine that they would probably have, I don't know for sure if they play at the same end of the field, or do they go to the other end?
Well, I think that's Clearview. We'll get the first crack at it.
Talking to a few of the media people behind us, they both play in the same end, so each team has the same advantage since they've played, 4 quarters of tied football. Might as well have the same advantage.
We keep going till we get a winner.
You got it. Oh. So let's hold them right away. Now this is an advantage for Clearview because if they get 9 yards and it's 4th and 1, they can kick a field goal and then we don't have any kicking.
Well, there'll be no clock either. The clock is a useless tool at this moment. The end of the quarterback hands the ball off up the middle. About 5-yard pickup by Marlon Sadler.
You think this crowd would be really super fired up right now, but it's
I think everyone's a little bit shocked or stunned, Mac. I know I am. It was tough to watch those last couple of minutes. I thought we had them 3rd down and long, and they made that big pass play to Kaczmarek. That hurt. The block punt. What can you say? Big momentum shift. 2nd and 5 for the Clippers. There's the handoff.
Oh, no.
Tony Sharp. I'll tell you, Mac, the Dukes have had a hard time moving the ball here in the second half, and if the Clippers get in, there's no guarantee.
Well, we get our shot at scoring too, though.
I understand that.
Nice stick.
That's a good play. Tony Sharp carried the ball. Josh Brzee, number 88. Well, I got to get the play up here. Get them down there. Second down at the 2-yard line. He did not make his second. He's in. Tony Sharp. Well, that didn't take long. I think they're going to kick the extra point, Mac. Have we seen 2 different ball games tonight or what?
That lady looks around at me one more time. I wish
We had indications that the Clippers were going to try to kick the extra point. And it has begun to rain, Mac. Camera one. We may have to stand and watch this one. He got in the end zone.
What else could happen?
We got someone down on the sideline there for Wellington. As Tony Sharp got into the end zone, he's done it all tonight, Mac.
He has, he sure has.
He got to the outside, and it's that.
I'm about ready to punch him, but if shut up. Hey, we're still not out of it yet. We can take the ball in and ram it down their throats right now. Get the two-point conversion. Then we'll see who has momentum. If I get knifed up here, I told you where my will is.
Relax.
All
High
right, let's
school
go, Duke,
football.
right
I
now.
know it's tough. Duke offense needs to get the touchdown and the extra point.
Okay, let's go. Way to go, senior sack. Way to go, Billy Browd.
It's Bill Browd on the carry for Wellington.
Remember, fumble or an interception, and the season is over. 2nd and 5. Billy Browd.
I know people lose sight of this too, but a loss here, and the Dukes are still co-champs. I mean,
That's right.
I know they don't want to share it, but it's not like they're going away with anything. We're not giving up on them by no means, but bear that in mind.
I got to be down that field, Chuck. God.
Well, take off, Mac.
Come on, Jimmy, go Bear!
First down for the Dukes at the 9-yard line.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Mac. Handoff up to left tackle Bill Browd. He's second down. Ball at the Clipper 5-yard line. Dukes needing a score and a conversion to keep this game going, this contest in sudden death. A touchdown means nothing without the extra point, the 2-point conversion. 2nd and 5. McMahon, the quarterback. Here's the pitch. Bill Brown trying to get to the outside. Fights off one tackler. And is stopped at the 4-yard line by Franklin, number 32. Third and 4, 3rd and goal for the Dukes in this 1991 season. McMahon under center. McMahon has the ball. He needs to get in. He puts his head down. He's in the end zone. Matt McMahon on the option. Oh, we have a late flag. We have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, and this is a critical error. Some words were spoken. I don't know exactly what happened, but this is just a shame that something like this has to happen. Now the extra point attempt will be at the 18-yard line. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Matt Stoll is livid on the sidelines. Something's been thrown out in the field. Boy, this is just a shame that it had to come down to a penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct, puts the ball back to the 18-yard line. And talk about the insurmountable yardage. The Dukes pull this one off. I'll be amazed. What could possibly be the last play of the season? McMahon on the pitch. Baraducci is going to throw it. No one out there. And intercepted. Unbelievable. Clearview 22, Wellington 20. In a real heartbreaker. A hard-fought contest that came down to the referee's flag. And a real shame. Would have liked to see what could have happened. Would have liked to see what could have happened if there was no infraction on the extra point. Truly unbelievable circumstances. Yeah. As you see the celebration on the field. Here's the replay we have for you on the last play. Truly unfortunate situation. Just see Mack on the field. We're going to try and get a replay of where the penalty. Unbelievable call by the officials. Can't understand it. Don't know what happened. Looks like some words were spoken. But to throw a flag in that situation was truly incredible. Took the game right away from them, pure and simple. Don't like to criticize the referees, but that was a terrible call. You don't make a call like that on an extra point. Jeez, oh man. As you see Mack on the sideline, well, I'll tell you, he's going to try and get some words with Matt Stoll. That might be a trick in itself. Truly just unbelievable. Wearing myself out on that word, but unbelievable. Cannot believe that they could throw a penalty marker in a highly emotional contest like this when so much is riding. I'd like to hear Matt Stoll myself tonight. As you see the Dukes. A phenomenal contest coming down to an extra point play in overtime. Dukes falling short, still gaining a share of the LCC crown, but it's bittersweet tonight, folks. I can't hear anything from Matt. Maybe his description was on the final few plays of this outcome. Bill Fox with camera 2 and Kevin Kusan out on the field. Technical assistant. A truly hard-fought contest, and nothing to belittle the Clearview cause, but the referee call there, just unbelievable. Too bad it had to happen. Real competitive contest coming down to a play like that, so Mac's going to try and get a word out here.
I'm here with Coach Hoke. Congratulations, Coach. I tell you, the game had everything that you could ask for, and I was speechless up there. The way you guys came back, you did a nice job.
Yeah, we come back. I know it's terrible to end on a call like that, but here my gut feeling is I had our kid that fumbled when we had to control the game. I felt bad for him. I felt bad for the call at the end, and that's high school football. It was a great, I tell you what, you take nothing away from Coach Stoll and his staff over there. Wellington's doing an outstanding job over there. Comes off 2 tough losses early in the year and had them rolling. And Wellington's a heck of a football team. And I'm just proud of the way our kids would come back on such a good quality football team.
Marlon, would you want to come over here for a minute? Here's Marlon Sadler. He did a real nice job out there tonight. How was that ankle?
I felt pretty good, you know. It was just a little weak, but there was really no problem with it, you know. I was running on it during this week in practice. It was feeling pretty good tonight, so, you know.
Well, you know, you were one of their main concerns, not just yourself, but Juggy and Sharpen. I want to commend you guys. You did a nice job tonight, and congratulations for being co-champs with us.
Thank you.
All righty. Coach, can I ask, I was on my way down the field. What was the call there?
I have no idea. I asked all the assistant coaches for Wellington. I don't have any idea. And I just don't. I really don't.
Okay. I'm at a loss for words. I just want to congratulate you and have a good year, off-season. We'll see you next year.
We will, and thanks. And again, the Wellington kids, a real credit to play those guys, and they did an outstanding job also.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Coach. All right, if we can take a roll over here and get Coach Stahl. Okay. Let's take a run over here. Let's hold it right there. Yeah. Well, I'm saying he took it away from me. He did. You guys ready? Okay, Coach. I'll tell you, in the fourth quarter, overtime. We score, and I was running down with my I don't know what the call was. It didn't look like Matt. I know it's my son, but I don't know what did he do.
I didn't see it. I'm going to be real emotional right now and stuff, and I didn't see it. But anytime, the two conference championship teams are playing in the last game of the season for the damn championship, and they got enthusiasm, they're going to the end zone, score a touchdown overtime. I don't know why a referee wouldn't expect them to have a little enthusiasm.
I don't know if I didn't see him swear, or I was right there. I didn't see him throw the ball or spike it or anything that was belligerent. I was looking for a call, and I don't know what it was.
It hurts. Mac, it hurts. And the people I feel the most sorry for are our seniors. We had a good year, and this one's a real tough pill to swallow right now. We did a lot of other things, too, that cost us the game. We had chances to score in the first half, and we didn't punch it in. And we need to do it at that time. We just didn't seem to execute at that time, and that hurt us in the end. And, of course, the blocked punt hurt us, too. So I guess I can't sit here and blame it on the one call, but, it hurts.
Well, you got to give your kids a lot of credit for bouncing back. Clearview goes in with a minute left in the game, tied up. We go to overtime. They score in 3 plays. We come back. We take 5 or 6 plays. We score, and then we're put in a position to score on a 17.5-yard extra point, and that it's almost asking too much.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And
it seems like the whole story all year, and I'm not complaining about the officiating, but it seems like we've been getting bad raps.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, Tom. I really don't. We deserve better. I really think we do. Okay, but I guess we need to score a couple more times there too, and then that was our fault. So.
Well, I think you're the best.
Maybe they'll give us more incentive for next year. We'll get rid of this Clearview jinx next year.
10-0, Coach. I think you're one of the best coaches Wellington's had.
Mac, I appreciate it.
I love you too. Well, that was, I don't know. You come and you score on a 3rd down, end around. You come into the end zone. You score the touchdown. You heard it from Coach Stahl. There's emotions here. You're in overtime for the LCC championship, and you can't show a little bit of emotion. I hope they take this tape and send it down to Columbus. They're excited, exactly right, what Coach is talking about right now. And then instead of having a first and or your extra point, your 2-point conversion from 2.5 yards out, you're looking at 17.5 yards out. Well, I guess I've said enough, and so does everybody else. And this is Tom McMahon along with Mark Baker, and we'll see you next year in the end zone. Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Exciting 1991 campaign comes to a close on a sour note, but the Dukes still with a share of the conference championship, bittersweet as it may be. Very, very difficult one to swallow indeed. Could have come down to just a 2-point conversion from 3 yards out, but unfortunately there was that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, putting the ball back to 18, and that's all she wrote from there. As the pass, halfback pass, was intercepted in the end zone to end the 91 season. That'll do it for us tonight at Clearview.